Prime Hydration, North America's fastest growing hydration drink, $250 million in their first year in sales, the official hydration drink of the UFC and Arsenal Football Club. Oh wait, and they just got bought out by Coca-Cola for $10 billion, but this company isn't owned by the two individuals you may think. Max Kumpson and Troy Steger are the owner of Congo Brands, who owned Prime Hydration. Max, the CEO of Congo Brands, has actually released a sports drink before in the name of 3D Energy, partnered with Christian Guzman, a very prominent fitness influencer. Taking that very similar approach to Prime when they partnered up with influencers KSI and Logan Paul to create this now multi-billion-dollar brand. So is this a winning solution, or is this brand going to be gone in a year or two? Well, let's take a look. Now, although this wasn't a 50-50 split with KSI and Logan Paul, they are obviously the faces of the company. It's reported that they each separately have 20% of the company, leaving 60% for Congo Brands and all other investors. The issue that I have with these two being the face of the company is the company is opened up to a dangerous amount of exposure. I think we all know that these two are not controversy-free individuals, and that all it takes, especially nowadays, is one wrong move, one wrong statement, one wrong anything, and they're canceled. And what gets canceled along with them, whatever brand they're associated with, whatever product they put out, is all predicated on the fact that they don't get canceled and they don't say anything that might be misconstrued to be cancelable. Cancelable a word? Let's go with that. There's already safety concerns revolving around this product. Tesco is refusing to stock this product due to security concerns. And if you don't know what that means, they're worried about fans walking in the store and just running out with the product. Especially when you have this exclusivity around the product where it's not easy for everybody to get. And for me, $7 or $8 for this drink just doesn't make any sense, especially when it's going to be coming to the mass market up here probably relatively soon. Now, if we're looking at this brand long term, is it a sustainable practice? Well, I'm going to show you one thing they did that might make it possible for them. What they did was distribute the love. They partnered up with the UFC, they partnered up with the Arsenal Football Club, and the marketing for Prime is now not just focused on these two individuals. And I'm sure in the very near future, they're going to start having sponsored athletes, sponsored influencers, ambassadors, and that is just going to spread out the marketing love much, much more away from these two, let's say, highly controversial individuals. I think if they continue to do this, it's only going to add on to the longevity of this brand, and it's going to lower the liability exposure that these two may create for the company. But that's what a lot of brands will do. They'll start off with a few figureheads for the company, and as they branch off, as they grow, they'll branch off into influencers and different figureheads for the company. Now, the one thing that really bugs me about something that Logan said was, this is my thing, this is my creation, this is my image, this was all my dream. And my response to that is just because you have a dream doesn't mean it can actually be implemented. Do you really think that Logan Paul, with all the boxing, YouTube, all the other things he's got going on, actually can run a business and start a business from scratch without a very powerful and knowledgeable team? Answer is just no. It's just not going to happen. So although that, yes, technically this is Logan and KSI's thing, without the Congo brand or a team similar to them, this whole thing would probably be a failure. See, when you're making a company like this, especially what now is a multi-billion-dollar company, the company has to be efficient as possible, and the people in it have to be doing an efficient job in whatever their role is. So obviously, Logan Paul and KSI, their role is marketing and exposure. Like, Logan's probably going to be the least efficient in things like manufacturing and food and beverage legalities. Like, I don't know anything about that. Who actually does? A very small group of people, and a very small group of people are actually highly efficient at it. You can't expect Logan Paul and KSI to do everything. And if you think I'm wrong, look at the fact that they've already had issues rolling out the products in the US and the UK market. And that's with a massive team behind them. That's with manufacturing, that's with distribution. Like, they have that, and they're already struggling. If I had to bet my life on it, I guarantee you they wouldn't be able to do it. So having that partnership where everybody can be as efficient as they possibly can in the right areas to be efficient in, that's your recipe for success. So if you're looking to launch a company, look where you can implement more efficient individuals. If you're really good at marketing but suck at accounting, maybe try to hire out the accountant job to make sure that they're as efficient as they can be and you're as efficient as you can be. Let me prove my point even more. KSI and Logan Paul are most proficient at marketing and exposure. If we look at the Instagrams of Prime Hydration and their leading competitor, I'm not even going to say it because I feel like if I say this name, everybody in the comments is just going to go crazy. But if we look at their Instagrams, Prime Hydration, 1.5 million followers. Started in like 2019. Very, very new company. These guys, one of the biggest hydration companies in the world, 1.3 million on Instagram. There's just like a general sin now. Yeah, whatever. But here's the thing that actually blows my mind, is the engagement rate on Prime's Instagram. For example, in terms of engagement rate, anything from 1 to 3.5 is considered average to good, with anything over 6% being excellent. Well, leave your guess down in the comment section below. What is Prime Hydration's engagement rate? Now, it's always hard to tell exactly what it is, but the estimates are 36%. Not 6, which is already excellent. Put a 3 in front of that, 36% engagement rate on 1.5 million followers just on Instagram. That's not TikTok, that's not YouTube, just Instagram. 36%. Let's assume that number is wrong and it's actually half of that. 18% is still 3 times more than what's considered excellent in terms of engagement rate. This is just absolutely insane. So even though you don't have 1.5 million followers on Instagram, you don't have a $10 billion business, you're not KSI, you're not Logan Paul, there's still principles and practices that you can apply to your business, and I'm here to give you my top 3. Number 1, find partners in areas that you're least efficient in. Logan Paul and KSI, great influencers, great in marketing, great in exposure, probably horrible on the back end side of things. Congo Brands, really good with logistics, really good with manufacturing, really good with distribution. Partnership, worked out really well. Again, if you're really good at creating content for the brand, but you suck at the accountant, focus on the content creation, hire an accountant. You'll be much more efficient. Number 2 is focus on engagement rather than overall followers. Even though 1.5 is more followers than I have on Instagram, it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but the thing that makes their accounts very prominent is the engagement rate. When you're starting a small brand, you're probably only gonna have like 100, 500, 1,000 followers to start off with. Make sure that your engagement with your community is as high as you possibly can have it. And you might know that you have something very special on your hands when you can see everybody who's following you actually cares about the company. Tell you what they like, they tell you what you don't like, they tell you where you can improve. And from there, you can build a much better product. That, I think, is actually a very important thing to pull from this. They're a big company, they're a big brand, they're big influencers, but their overall engagement is sky high. Create content that your community can actually engage with, and you might have yourself a home run. And the third point is exclusivity is still king. There's no doubt in my mind that a part of this craze, these people stocking up, these people raiding stores, a part of this craze is exclusivity. Not anybody can get it. And if you do get it, you're probably gonna get it at a premium. You can see with that kind of slow rollout in the States and people raiding the Walmarts, people waiting in line, people paying all these sky high prices, that exclusivity of that popular product just created a much bigger buzz. Like, these are great examples. $15 for these 2 drinks up in Canada. What the f? As humans, I think when we see a product that's easy to get, easy to obtain, we put a lesser value on it. There's a reason why Rolex is the most popular watch brand in the world. Aside from their amazing marketing, like there has to be a documentary on Rolex marketing at some point in time. They are superb, but they're not the best. Why are they the biggest brand in the world when it comes to watches? It's that exclusivity. Not any person could walk into a Rolex boutique and get whatever watch they want. They might not even be able to get a watch, period. And it's this exclusivity that is added on to the brand's name. And I think if Prime continues the way that they've been rolling out their products, adding new flavors down the line, all of that, they're gonna have great success. So let's take it back to your business. The first thing is you need to have awareness. You need to have desire. Create that desire. And once you have that desire for your product, cut the quantity. That sounds really weird. You might be thinking, oh, well, I'm not gonna sell as many units, but what you are gonna have is a lineup of individuals waiting to buy your product who would buy your product on a dime, so you can do all of these things like special releases, special colors, special whatever it is, and they will be sold out almost immediately. And I can already hear it in the comments, oh, you can't do it with every single brand and service. Yes, you can. The best lawyer in New York, do you think anybody can hire that lawyer? No, there's gonna be a waiting list. The best doctor, do you think anybody can have that doctor? No, there's gonna be a waiting list. Even clothing, do you think people can walk into Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Dior, and get the top catalog pieces having not bought an item before? No, you can't do that. Don't block off anything in your business. There might be an opportunity that you haven't thought about. I think KSI, Logan Paul, and Congo Brands did an amazing job with this product. I still haven't tried it, but the way that they distributed it, the way that they marketed it, the way that they did the back end for this product, I think is amazing. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video on the CGS channel. Make sure to subscribe, comment what you thought, like the video, and follow us on Instagram at CGS Collective. Have a great rest of the day.